5 seconds ago.
Oh, good. No, we're fine. Thank you. Just joined, and thank you to all the NOSSCAR viewers. NASCAR Motormaster Series season presented by Bruv Motorsports. We're bringing you live coverage of the Canada 250 at Canadian Tire Motors. In the broadcast booth, we have a couple of in-race reporters, Jade Burr, Charlie Irwin, Nate Schultz. Thanks for joining us, guys.
No problem, bro.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Good luck to you out there, and hopefully I don't talk your ear off.
Please do.
Oh, Nub, I didn't like it. I didn't like it, Nub. Not the carousel. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, sorry.
Oh boy, I'm in the back of the pack and there are incidents happening.
It's everywhere.
Wow,
I'm glad some of those cars ghosted.
I can see it.
I was getting like, I was rubbing up on info, and I don't know how he felt about it, but I didn't like it.
Out front, no surprise, BJ Thomas in the 99 leads the way here at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. They're coming around to complete lap one. No-go right on his back bumper. He's the driver in second. Keith Ayres in third. Charlie Irwin in fourth. The driver's really known for their road coursing ability. Shining early, they're up near the front. OG Info runs in fifth. Looked like that was Tony Camerata running in sixth. No, never mind, that was Jay Burr running in the sixth position with Jimmy Best in seventh. And Keith Ayres takes the lead, coming out of turn 2, down the long hill there, and into the turn 3 right-hander. Keith is the leader. Looking good. He came close to winning earlier tonight in the Georgia 300 at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Now looking good early in the going at Canadian Tire for the Canada 250. Goes through the really tight and tricky turn 5. Exits the corner smooth. He's got a couple of car lengths separating himself from no-go. And then a few more back is Charlie Irwin in the 08. OG Info in fourth. Charlie and Info have both worked their way up a couple of spots since the beginning of this one. Jade Burr up into fifth. They're all slowly but surely moving forward. BJ Thomas is the one dropping back just a little bit as they come out of the Mario Andretti straightaway and into the Figure S's. Couple of cars going off-roading, one of those being BJ Thomas in the 99. He's right behind you, Jade.
Yeah,
He's looking, he's there, going into turn 1. Might have been some contact made, who knows? There was an inside wall blocking my view. I don't know about you guys at home. Jimmy Best right there with him in line. Peyton Larson in the 19. Right there as well. Chris Pendle making his second career NOSSCAR Motormaster Series start. And there was contact there, you're right. BJ Thomas and the defending truck champ, Jay Burr, one of the in-race reporters. Getting into it a little bit. BJ goes up on before the really tough turn 5. BJ takes the spot, a little unorthodox style, but he got it done. Battle heating up with Charlie Irwin and OG Info. That is the battle for the third position, as they are still all chasing Keith Ayres and no-go.
But does that really surprise anybody?
No, not really. Keith finished in second in one of the truck races at this track last year. The first one, not the playoff race. And BJ Thomas, he started near the front and he won the second one.
Oh, there was an inside wall.
there goes Info.
Gassed it too hard on exit.
Trying to find him. There he is in the 21. Started at second. Not running second anymore. Got loose coming out of the final corner, coming to the start-finish line. You guys are right.
Mikhail did the same thing back in 14th that Info did.
Good old Mikhail. Can't hate the guy.
Good battles all the way around this racetrack.
Matter of fact, I'm battling with Mikhail right now for 18th.
Yep, I was just tuning into that. Stephen Corley just a little bit in front of you, and yeah, we're watching the battle there. Nate
That was
got loose, went off-roading through the grass, giving the maintenance workers a bit of work to do there, entering turn 5.
Fuel light just came on.
Randy O'Quinn went a little bit wide there for the right-hander, turn 5. Well documented, and a good point, Charlie. These drivers are going to be making anywhere from 4 to 6 lap runs on these tires and fuel. It's going to be a very stressful race for the owners of Goodyear. Watching the battle for the lead, Keith Ayers has it. Noko wants it. The fans over there in the bleachers at the bottom of the hill for these drivers going through the right-hander in turn 3, they get their money's worth, that's for sure. They can see the cars going all the way down that hill exiting turn 2, and they can watch them thunder around turn 3 up close and see them go down the straightaway towards turn 4. And big contact between the two leaders. Keith Ayers and Noko both made some contact there with each other. It looked like Noko lost control trying to get under braking there for turn 5. A bit of contact was made. Keith keeps the lead. Noko keeps second, but Noko losing a bit of time to the 18.
Oh wait, it's pitting this time.
I think the whole field is pitting this time. Because I don't think anybody can make it any further than this.
And you're right. And there's a problem with the two leaders going down pit road. Remember, black flags are off, and I think that Keith might have forgotten about that. He slowed right down to pit road speed and got ran over from behind by Noko, and that caused a huge stack up on pit road.
He's still around.
Yeah, he's still...
One person did not pit this lap.
There we go. Keith's car now going down pit road to get service, and that is insane. Harold Burden, one of the cars that did not pit under this green flag
Go
run.
figure. He makes it an extra lap on fuel.
Go figure. 14, so it's not a bad stop. Good work from this 08 crew.
My crew had to repair some damage. We got an 18.2, but I was in the back of the pack. That doesn't matter much anyway.
More cars that were towards the tail of the field coming down pit road. That includes Ryan Schreck, and I thought your Dunson and Josh Colm-Diaz were going to do the same, but evidently they're going to stay on the racetrack for another time as well. Whoa, Thomas Geyer getting a little bit loose. Going down turn 2 hill. See cars wheel hop there and go up on 2 tires sometimes. That's exactly what the number 62 Napa Chevy Camaro did. Gathers it back up and he's going again. Another rookie to the NOSSCAR Motormaster Series presented by Bruv Motorsports would be Wicked Gatekeeper from the Giggity Racing League, making his debut here at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. Info on pit road for service, all kinds of scheduled pit stops happening. Pit road is going to be a busy place throughout this one. And if I'm not mistaken, it's going to be Noko, the race leader, once the green flag cycle of pit stops are completed, because Keith Ayers had that problem on pit road.
Wow, that worked out a lot better than I thought.
Are you up to second?
I'm up to third.
Yeah, Jade comes out of the pits. He exits pit road right behind these guys in third. Good job. One of our 3 in-race reporters. So in-race reporters running in 3rd, 8th, and Nate, where are you scored?
13th.
13th, excellent. This is out of 25 drivers choosing to participate in the Canada 250 at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. Some key names not entering this one: Jordan Roughton, Anthony Trippi, a couple of others. They fear the road course. They fear the Great White North.
At this time of year, it is the Great White North.
Absolutely,
I would know,
it
just
is.
South of it.
A whole lot of snow on the ground up here. I've had to do quite some shoveling.
I hear you there. I know I've had to do the same.
So it's Noko, Chris Pendle, and Jade Burr, the top three. Chris Pendle, in his second career start here in the NASCAR Motormaster Series, he qualified in the top 5 for the race earlier tonight at Atlanta, but got caught up in a couple of incidents, and he did not finish on the lead lap, nor did he finish inside the top 10.
He actually had the fastest lap as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he ran a good speed there, no doubt about it. Little bit of nose damage to the 42 Toyota Supra, but nothing that's going to hurt the performance of the race car. I'm sure that they'll tend to that on their first pit stop under a caution speed, which will be at the end of stage 1. Coming up in just about 6 laps from now. 6 or 7, something like that, right, gentlemen? Oh! Yes, he did.
3 laps from now.
3 laps? Okay, thank you. Man, they click off quickly.
Yes. We're coming to 2 to go this time.
So that'll be when pit road closes as well. So anybody who goes down pit road will receive a penalty. And I can't believe Chris Pendle just nosed it into the wall. He got loose exiting turn 5. Tried to put the power down a little bit too hard and too soon. And he lost control. No traction. So pit road closed as of now. Noko the leader, Jade in second, Pendle in third, and they've got company behind him. That's BJ Thomas in the 99, the pole sitter.
That's something about BJ you want to know where he's fast.
Yeah, he's definitely one of the drivers that are always favored to win when we come to Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, he won the playoff race here for the NOSSCAR Truck Series here at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. He knows how to get the job done at this racetrack. He's good on the road courses in general, but there's something about Canadian Tire that BJ really excels at. Under 2 laps to go, about a lap and a half now. The leader's working down the Mario Andretti straightaway.
We're losing Noko. Alright, so you can go have fun with the 99. I don't want anything to do with it.
Too early for that, Jade, right?
Yeah, right? Maybe if it was the end of the race, it'd be a different story.
It's been well documented how exciting the finishes have been at this racetrack in the real-life NASCAR Truck Series races. Definitely, probably going to see one here today for the NOSSCAR Motormaster Series.
I wonder if Noko got enough fuel to make it around.
I thought that was the last lap.
White flag in the air next time by. The green and white checkers will be shown for Noko unless he has a major issue before the end of this stage. He's going to pick up the stage win, 5 valuable stage points, and a playoff point to add to his already impressive total.
Sorry, Steve-O, but that's not a passing zone. He tried passing me entering the second to last corner. And I did not realize he was going to actually try and dive bomb that hard.
Oh.
Keith gave a nice shot to the back bumper of Charlie. That's a battle for position, but wow, that was a good shot there.
Info's slow.
Yeah, Info's got some sort of an issue going down the Mario Andretti straightaway. He's not up to full speed, it looks like. Not sure if he's trying to baby it home to the finish for the stage or what. He just let Charlie and Keith go by, and it looks like he might be letting Jimmy Best go by as well. The 9 pulling up right behind him. Maybe not.
He could be out of fuel.
No, he's back up to power again. I'm really not too sure. Info's, yeah, he's going to hold on and finish ahead of the 9. It's Noko in the 23, winning stage 1 in dominant and grand fashion. Chris Pendle, second, Jade Burr in third, BJ Thomas in fourth, and it was Dakota Bruv in the 1 in fifth. Very impressive first stage for him. He's been waiting for a good run to happen for him here in the start of the season. Maybe
he really
this is
has.
tonight. Yeah, he's been having the worst luck you could imagine, Dakota Bruv in the 1.
I think the one race that he was doing really good, didn't he lag out of it?
Yeah, he's disconnected from a couple there, and yeah, he was running good and both. He's now since then scored a couple top 10s in the Truck Series, and he's above the playoff cut line for that.
Keith got hit.
But not above the cut line.
Keith and Shadow.
Oh my.
Shadow did not pit. They failed to pit.
Oh no.
So we've got 2 cars that didn't hit the pit button in time, and this is going to be the restart of a lifetime, folks. What is going to happen? Green flag for stage 2. Keith gets out of the way. Alex Tesdall does not. And the race is on, going into turn 2 now.
Oh, he's going to push me out of the way.
Goodness.
That's great. That's cute. Feeling cute, my move later.
No!
And they're still battling. Someone got crisp.
I do not know how I just snuck through that.
They were 3 wide a moment ago. Pendle just got forced into the grass.
Ty, they were 5 wide for 10th place.
Wow.
Okay. Okay.
Couple of cars over driving turn 5. Dakota Bruv takes a couple of spots
like the
because
entire
of it.
Field.
Dakota over.
Okay, I'm trying to do some commentary, gentlemen.
Sorry. Sorry.
Going down the Mario
got a
Andretti
little-
straightaway now. Noco's got the lead. He's being challenged. He's being hounded by the pole sitter, BJ Thomas, who looks to the inside and not going to get alongside him this time. Couple of cars
Shadow.
overdrove. Alex Tesdall, Dakota Bruv, Jade Burr battling for position there. Wow, this is good stuff at Canadian Tire. The Canada 250, round 6 of the 2020 season. Couldn't ask for much more than this.
Oh, contacting the 20 or the 42 and the 19.
And something wrong with Keith. Keith is off the pace. Oh, right, he missed the pit road button. And so checking in on Keith.
I think he's out of fuel.
Yeah, he is out of fuel. He's sputtering down the Mario Andretti straightaway, and he might be a lap or 2 down before the end of the stage. I'm really not too sure. It's an uphill climb that he's going up right now too, and that's certainly not helping. The leaders are coming into turn 5 right
off
now.
track. That's Randy O'Quinn, and he collects the 42.
And the 48 as he comes back on track. Literally the only spot it.
I felt that.
We got a view of Nate going off course there. We got to you just in time to see that. There's Randy O'Quinn in the 74, getting back going again. And this field is going to blow by Keith Ayers, the defending NOSSCAR Platinum Cup Series champion. Did not hit the pit button in time before the end of the clock here at the end of stage 1. And now he is a lap down, out of fuel, sputtering towards the pits. And he had one of the fastest cars in today's race.
Nice save.
CD Derby battling with Trent Nielsen. That's a battle for position. Trying to keep our eye on all the action, and it's easier said than done. Noco's got the lead. Info in second, and BJ Thomas in third. They've gapped the rest of the field by just a bit now. A couple of car lengths. Jimmy Best in fourth. Jade Burr in fifth. And Anthony Trippi in the 6th position. Excuse me, Dakota Bruv in the 6th position, rather.
I think Dakota's eyes just flashed before his light flashed before his eyes there. Or hit me again. That's alright.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
alright. Just hit me.
We saw the
Right.
tail end of that. Some contact between Dakota and Jade. That was a battle for the 5th position.
Alright.
How much give and take is there out there, Jade, in a situation like that? Being in stage 2, how do you go about things like that?
You just kind of have to let it be for now, and especially Canadian Tire, where there's so much. There's going to be a lot of meat to bang. It's if there's not a fender knocked in by the end of the race, so you obviously weren't racing very well.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Scoring, I believe, Austin Dillon right there.
Wicked Gatekeeper up to the 7th position. This is his debut race in the Motormaster Series. Charlie Irwin in the 08 runs in 8th, one of our in-race reporters as well. How's the car feel?
Feels pretty good. We started outside the top 10, had to rebound after a little bit of contact with NASCAR King, but feeling pretty good. Making our way back up there.
Very good, very good. They're all chasing Noko. Info's pretty close. He's within striking distance. One little slip by Noko, and Info will be on the back bumper and challenging for the race lead. They're going down the Mario Andretti straightaway right now. BJ Thomas in third. He's the pole sitter, but is fading just a bit. Now I would say about 12 car lengths behind this potential battle for the lead that may or may not be brewing. Oh, and it might be brewing. I was correct. Noko goes through the grass in the final corner. Info takes the lead at Canadian Tire.
BJ's around.
BJ Thomas around the front stretch.
Oh, and BJ Thomas goes spinning in the 99. He was running in third. He's now going to be back in, I believe, the 10th position. Outside of the top 8, that's for sure.
Ooh, Jade.
Yeah, that adjustment I made is not liking the car. We going back.
Back and going in the opposite direction?
Yeah, we going back. we ain't making no more adjustments. We just gonna sit here with it.
Ooh, look at Gatekeeper off track.
Yeah, I saw that one.
In turn 5.
The rookie finding the grass here at Canadian Tire. Not the only one to do that today.
That's for sure.
Who's all one Canadian Tire in the field today? Besides myself and BJ.
I won one of the Canadian Tire truck races last year. Not the playoff one, but the first one of the season. And I'd have to look it up, actually, for the NASCAR Heat 2 season we did, because we've always done every season. That's a good question. I'll get back to you.
I didn't think we did too.
I'll get back to you. The record book is being loaded. Pit Road becoming a bit of a busy place, by the way. Your done son just headed down Pit Road. Randy O'Quinn, Harold Burden, some of the leaders as well. Mikhail on Pit Road, Kevin Tattersall, Jimmy Best, Peyton Larson, Stephen Corley, Dakota Bruv. Man, they're all on Pit Road. Charlie Irwin, OG Info, Noko, BJ Thomas. Wonder if BJ's going to take the extra bit of time to repair that damage. Chris Pendle on Pit Road. Maybe would have been faster to tell you who wasn't on Pit Road.
The two leaders?
Certainly the 86.
Mm-hmm.
You know about track.
I believe BJ did take the time to fix his damage because he's back here in 13th by me.
J. Burr, you won the NOSSCAR Truck Series race at Canadian Tire, the very first one ever held back in the 2018 season on NASCAR Heat 2. The second one ever held at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park was also on NASCAR Heat 2 in the 2018 season. First race of the playoffs, and that was won by Nemo. First race of the 2019, first of the two Canadian Tire truck races for 2019 on Heat 3 were won by yours truly, Timac, and the second one was won by BJ Thomas, the playoff race, which helped catapult him up around. So that is your 4 historic winners, I guess. This is the 5th ever NOSSCAR sanctioned race ever held at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park, and it's the first one ever held in the Motormaster cars.
Yeah. I was trying to be cool and win this race, but I don't think I'm gonna do that.
Would be a nice accolade to have, first ever Motormaster race at Canadian Tire, but
Oh, hi, Jade.
easier said than done with the stiff competition out there in today's event. Noko and Info having a great battle for the lead. I believe they are the leaders.
Yes, they are.
Okay, thanks guys. Alex Tesdall just went a lap down in the 10 car, if I'm not mistaken. I'm used to calling these vehicles trucks at this racetrack. It's a bit of a learning curve as a broadcaster, and we got a side-by-side battle for the lead. Info looking to the inside. Not an ideal place to make a pass, so he lifts and gets in behind the 23, follows him through the S turns, coming to the start-finish line. And now this is where you want to get a good run on your on your competitor if you can. He couldn't quite do it. Both cars have a little bit of damage to the front end.
That's gonna suck.
A little bit less on the front end of Info, but definitely some damage there on the front of the 23.
That's gonna suck.
Both the two leaders clip the grass just a little bit going through that last corner, down the hill through turn 2. They exit turn 3, head towards the turn 4 hill, which is this slight left bend here, which the cars can get loose on if you're not careful. Down into turn 5, through the right-hander, very tough. They exit turn 5C and go up the Mario Andretti straightaway. And Nate, you're so right, man. They get loose down that bend, and they didn't do that before on Heat 3.
Yeah, I've experienced it. I got dead sideways in turn 4.
I was running some laps in these Motormaster cars at Canadian Tire just to kind of get an idea of what these drivers were going to encounter today. I was running very good lap times, ran the 6th quickest lap time in the qualifying session there. But one thing I noticed was the car did really want to get loose, heading towards turn 5.
So Info should be a race leader.
Yes, sir. 21 back out front.
I was catching up to BJ and Kate Daddy there. Got
Yeah, but there's a corner there.
You know what? I don't think so, friend. That's not a corner, that's a turn.
Good battle here. We expect to see Info and Noko battling a lot this season here for the NOSSCAR Motormaster Series. They'll definitely be joined by a few others, no doubt about it, but these two are going to have to get to know each other on the track and off, perhaps. Teammates at Timac Motorsports.
Hey Nate, there's a turn there.
Yeah, I made it just fine.
I don't think I'm not on my screen. It went way wide, and I decided I was going to try. We can play long over.
Good battle between in-race reporters. Nate gets loose, slides into the side of Jade. Oh man, that was close.
Oh baby, knock it in the fender, why don't you? Okay, Nate, that's how you want to play. Oh god, don't turn right, don't turn right, don't turn right, don't turn right.
We were just talking about this. You can get loose right there in that hill bend, the lefty.
Just stop it! I don't like it.
But I do.
I don't care.
Where are you guys running? What's this a battle for?
13th.
Oh, what happened, Jade? You were inside the top 10 a moment ago.
So there's a slight miscalculation. Crew chief might need fired after this race, but there's a slight miscalculation on the lap on how much fuel we saved.
Well, Cole Pern's looking for a job where he can still be around his family, so give him a call.
God.
I jammed on the brakes to try and avoid hitting you.
Dave, there's a car there.
Battle for the lead heating up, and they've got a couple of lapped cars in front of them they're going to have to deal with maybe before they get to the end of the Andretti straightaway. Ryan Schreck in the 35 goes a lap down. Josh Colm-Diaz in the 7, the next car to go a lap down. We don't have very many laps to go here in stage 2. How many to go, boys? Oh, this is it, eh? Okay. Okay.
Come here, Mikkel.
Noko trying to run down Info to get the lead from him. I don't know if he's going to get there in time. Info's lifting to let Josh Colm-Diaz stay on the lead lap, or is he? They had to go around him. He blew the final corner. Info's going to win stage 2.
Come here, Mikkel. Jade wants 12.
Noko's going to get second in the stage.
When you go to shift up to 5th in your eyes, there's not a 5th gear.
I believe it was Wicked Gatekeeper finishing in 3rd, Jimmy Best in 4th, Chris Pendle in 5th.
Yes!
Oh!
Yes!
I just barely missed out on 14th.
I don't know if Mikkel's gonna like me very much, but it's okay.
Let's set the stage a little bit for you. Final stage is coming up. These drivers are going to have to pit 2 times in this final stage, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe even 3. The tires are going to be close. Info and Noko are more than likely going to be the 2 cars to lead them to the line for the green flag. And we still have a whole lot of cars on the lead lap with a chance to win this one.
Hey, Ty, want to know something surprising?
Sure.
It's not going to be the tires in this stage. It's going to be the fuel.
Is it?
Because I've been noticing, and the tires can make it 2 fuel runs.
Michael.
Okay, this is going to be interesting then.
Yep, the tires might be able to make it 2 fuel runs. You might be able to pull strategy on the amount of tires that you take.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Had to drop back all
Jade
the way to
last year
17.
Canadian Tire where I hit it once in the 3rd stage. Oh, we king. Listen here, Mr. Tire.
Green flag is in the air for the final stage. Info, Jimmy Best and Noko, the top 3. Chris, how many laps in the final stage, gentlemen?
11.
Okay, thank you.
So, yeah, it's going to be a little close.
Yeah, it is going to be really close.
How'd you?
Hi, Dash.
Howdy.
So am I
Oh,
wrong?
hi,
Am I
guys.
mistaken? Is it a one-stop strategy for the final stage?
Possibly.
Maybe. That's going to be interesting.
Oh,
there-
there's a wreck in the carousel. Everybody's in it.
Yeah, Peyton
But,
Larson got a piece of it. Everyone kept their car pointed in the right direction, but there definitely was heavy contact made. Noko is the new race leader, going down the Andretti straightaway.
And
Okay,
again,
why was-
I got shafted in the carousel. I
Noko,
went from
Info,
12th back to
Pendle,
20th.
BJ
Oh, Larson,
Thomas.
I'm here, buddy.
All the big players are there. A couple of cars just bounced off each other.
Oh, man, you're done,
Oh,
son.
man.
Sorry, you're done, son. Larson,
Jade.
decide where you want to go, man.
Jade and your done son and Charlie Irwin all bouncing off each other. Good battles there with Wicked Gatekeeper, the rookie. He's definitely learning a thing or two. Kevin Tattersall in the 2. Right there with him. Dakota Bruv was up in the top 10 at one point. He's having to battle his way back.
Ooh,
Or is that for a top 10?
Charlie found the inside wall going down turn 2 hill. Your done son was able to clear him and take the position. Dakota Bruv drawing a bead as well. Pete Larson went off course back there through turn 3. Still Noko leads. Info in 2nd. Chris Pendle in 3rd. They're all chasing the driver of the 23. He came so close to winning earlier tonight at Atlanta Motor Speedway. He's got a good shot at winning this one if he can just hold on. And great battles all over this racetrack. Stephen Corley is dealing with Josh Colm-Diaz. Josh got the free pass at the end of stage 2 under that last caution. Jimmy Best in the 9 just got moved by Randy O'Quinn. Randy got the worst of it. He went off course a little bit and gathers it back up. Nate was able to take a couple of spots there as well. They're still bouncing off each
I've
other.
got a big pack right in front of me.
Yep, Keith Ayers just bounced off of the side of Stephen Corley and Josh Colm-Diaz in the 7, Jimmy Best in the 9. All 4 of those cars made contact, I'm pretty sure. Harold in the 39 probably wants no part of this if I know him very well. Known him since NASCAR 15 days.
Oh.
He lifts and lets Nate go by. Jimmy Best went a little bit too tight through that corner. He loses a spot to Nate as well. And Stephen Corley nearly looped it in turn 3. It's too much action to call.
Oh, I should have stayed over it. You know,
Jade Burr
86.
extracting some revenge perhaps on the way Dakota passed him in turn 5 earlier in this race. Jade takes the spot, runs
yeah,
away.
It was the 86.
Oh, I get you.
He passed me going into the carousel. I just went out and around him.
Good stuff. 3 cars battling for the lead. They're still glued together basically up front. And it's BJ Thomas running in the 4th position. Maybe some pit strategy beginning. Jay Burr on pit road. Strategy calls have been a major part of the end race results here so far. In the early stages of the 2020 NOSSCAR Motormaster Series season, presented by Bruv Motorsports. Looks like it's going to be a continuing trend.
Wow, this is the furthest back I've been on a race. Weird.
Oh, come on, Cole.
Defending
Yeah,
Motormaster
dude, there's
Series
cars back there.
champion clears Wicked Gatekeeper for the position, so put Dakota Bruv up into 5th. Keep in mind there was a car or two in front of the one just a couple of laps ago. Pit strategy has been deployed by a few of these drivers, but nevertheless, Dakota Bruv slowly but surely heading back towards the front. Charlie Irwin in the 08 runs in 7th, behind Wicked Gatekeeper, driving the 86 that normally is driven by Anthony Trippi. Just behind him, I believe, is Jimmy Best, and now more pit stops beginning. Oh, it's Kevin Tattersall just behind Charlie.
Yellow on all sides of the car.
Feels
Josh.
like it right there.
Josh Combe-Diaz on pit road, Randy O'Quinn on pit road as well. Pit road beginning to fill up and be a busy place here at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. I'd like to thank all the fans and viewers watching on YouTube and tuning in for the Canada 250. First ever NOSSCAR Motormaster Series race at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park, and first ever NOSSCAR sanctioned race at this track on the NASCAR Heat 4 game, and it's been a real doozy. Whole lot of action. We've seen 4 and 5 wide on a road course.
Oh, I like you, but I want your spot. Thank you. And Trove's around, including the carousel.
Noco goes to pit road, Info goes to pit road, Chris Pendle goes to pit road. Those are the top 3. They're all on pit road. How many laps to go, gentlemen?
Just enough to make it.
Ah,
6, 7.
okay. It's going to be close.
The
It's
9
gonna...
is stuck on the end of pit road.
That's gonna be tough, right?
Which end?
The end. Like, starting end.
Oh, no, that's Archangel. He's actually out of the race.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, then there's 2 9s. There was a bit of a misunderstanding before we began this event. Jimmy Best in the 9 car, still very much alive and well in this race and inside the top 10.
Okay. Just figured I'd make something aware.
Absolutely, thank you, yeah. A little bit of
I
a
saw it as I
confusion.
was heading to pit road, and I was like, oh.
At the conclusion of the cycle of green flag pit stops, it is Noco. He's going to be the race leader if he's not already. Info in 2nd.
Yeah. The Trouble's leading.
Okay, so the 39 out front for the time being. When it cycles through, Noco, Info, Chris Pendle, and Jay Burr will be your top 4, if I'm not mistaken.
Info's something about the window.
Ah, you're right. Info lets Jade Burr go by. Jade takes the 3rd position. This might be the highest Jade has run all race long. One of the in-race
second.
reporters.
I'm in 6th right now. 30 cars ahead of us.
Double zero just for you.
Oh, Keith slow on the track there, going to the entrance of pit road. That has all the making of being out of fuel. That has the looks of being out of fuel, in my opinion.
At least he made it to pit road this time.
He did, yeah.
Yes.
Noco putting on a racing clinic here in the NOSSCAR Motormaster Series race at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. He's not scored as the leader right now, but he will be
Yes,
once
he is.
everything... Oh, he is
He is.
now? Okay.
It is
Yeah.
now.
Harold now
Sorry.
on pit road getting service, so he does surrender the race lead. The lead goes back in the hands of Noco, looking for his 2nd win of the season and looking to further extend his points lead. Remember, it's very important for the regular season championship that that driver receives an additional 15 playoff points before the playoffs begin.
Only 2 wins this season. It's surprising.
I think it was one.
Yeah, just he's got one.
Yeah, Jade's the only one with 2 wins, isn't he?
Yeah.
Jay Bird won the Daytona 300, and then he won the California 300 last week at Auto Club Speedway. Masterful job with the strategy.
Let's put 4 first good years on this guy. Oh man, she needs it. She needs it.
So it's Noko and Chris Pendle. They are 1 and 2. Jay Burr on pit road. As is BJ Thomas in the 99. So some strategies being deployed. Info conserving guys, because he's lifting a lot and he's been dropping back. Dakota Bruv has made a pass on him, and Charlie Irwin, one of our in-race reporters, not far away either.
I believe Info's doing the same thing I am.
Ah, okay.
But the problem is I pitted a lap after him.
Interesting. So if I have this figured out, which, you know, I don't have everything figured out, that's for sure. I think there's 3 different pit strategies going on.
Yep.
It's going to be a matter of which one works the best. Noko comes to pit road. He'll surrender the race lead for the time being, and I believe this will hand the lead over to Chris Pendle in the 42.
Nate,
Oh, I'm sorry.
you please get the way. Thank you.
I'm out of the way. Oh, sorry.
There's Chris. Second career NOSSCAR Motormaster Series race. Just led his first ever lap here in the NOSSCAR Motormaster Series, and he's having a great run. He's been showing good speed since the drop of the green flag. Qualified inside the top 10.
I'm not gonna leave before I go. Coffee's in.
Scheduled service for Jimmy Best. Randy O'Quinn in the 74, right behind him, coming down pit road as well. Josh Colm-Diaz just made a pass on You're Done, Son. I believe that's a battle for position just outside of the top 10. And if I'm not mistaken, it's Harold Burden in the 39 car leading this one.
Go 42.
The 42.
Oh, is he not coming to... No, he is not.
I think he is this time.
Yep, he's coming to pit road this time.
No, he's not. He's on the racetrack.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, staying out another one. Chris Pendle in the 42. He is your race leader. 3 different
Jade, you
pit
can tell what I'm
strategies.
doing, can't you?
Yeah.
He's right on board with your race leader, Chris Pendle. See what line he's taking through turns 3 and 4. You really do want to arc the corner. You want to go and diamond this corner a bit. Keep the tires in that black patch there, the darker patch. There is more grip there. Heading down the hill to turn 5, the car does want to get loose on you right here. It's best to baby the throttle a little bit, then hard on the brakes. And you really got to be careful steering the car through this tight right-hander known as turn 5. Down in Moss Corner.
Jade, if I can pull this off, I'm on your level of saving gas.
Okay, right. I don't know. You had to go 16 laps last year.
Touche.
How many laps remaining?
We're coming to
Leader's about to take 2.
2 laps to go. And he stays on the track again.
Is it really?
He did. Yeah, Chris Pendle in the 42 stays on the track again. He does not come to pit road. 2 laps to go in the Canada 250. I'll tell you, if he pulls this off, he's going to have a couple of NOSSCAR drivers really scratching their heads when it comes to the strategy that they deployed in today's race. 3 different strategies, and this will kind of break down the 4th wall for this one. I didn't think he could go this far on the fuel.
You know, if you stayed out a lap every time, it's definitely possible.
Is he gonna be able to take a splash a splash and go? Is that gonna be his plan?
That's gonna have to be his plan.
That's what I did.
He's gonna run out on the. There's no.
It's
No
Info
way.
running in second in the 21. So if
Is this the final lap? Nope.
No.
No, 2 to go.
He's
so if-
coming to one.
he's coming to the white flag now, if he can make it, he's gonna win this thing. But if he can't, it's gonna be Info in the catbird seat to pick up the victory. He's been conserving fuel ever since his very most recent pit stop here in the final stage.
He's staying out.
Wow, and he's going for it. White flag is in the air. 1 lap to go
Well, at
for
this
Chris
point, he's
Pendle.
made his bed.
Yeah. It's either
Where
Hey, I just want to call attention that Stephen Gorley is running the top 5.
does he run out of fuel? And if he does, where does he run out of fuel? If he runs out before the Andretti straightaway, it might be a tougher battle for him. That's uphill. What a story this would be for the rookie, Chris Pendle. It's only his second career NOSSCAR Motormaster Series start. Info is getting closer in the 21, but the question is, does Pendle have enough fuel to make it to the finish? It appears he's still up to full power down the Andretti straightaway. Yeah, he's got it. He's in the final couple of corners. I think even if it sputters now, he should make it there.
Oh, Stephen Gorley looped it in the carousel. Oh god, this is gonna be a battle for 5th.
I believe Pendle just blew a tire, or he's out of fuel, I'm not sure. He went off into the grass area. He's before the start-finish line, but he's
Got
going to
it.
win
Made it.
the Canada 250
Wow.
at Canadian Tire
Nice
Motorsport
job.
Park. Chris Pendle wins the first ever NOSSCAR race at Canadian Tire on the
Stephen
NASCAR
Gorley,
Heat
you wrecked
4
me,
game,
you loser ride.
and the first ever NOSSCAR Motormaster Series race at this facility.
Oh, he's gonna do it! No! Yes! Yes!
Yeah.
Woo!
Chris Pendle.
Awesome job, by the way. Awesome drive and job by the driver of the 42. The Toyota Supra will be parked in Victory Lane here at Canadian
That's
Tire.
awesome. That's awesome. 2 first winners in the same night.
The fans
I
all
love
around this track, standing and clapping for the first-time winner. 2 first-time NOSSCAR Motormaster Series winners here tonight. Chris Ryan at Atlanta. And I can't believe it. Now Chris Pendle here at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. So many different strategies.
No pit Pendle. No pit Pendle. His name makes sense now.
Absolutely. Oh,
Pendle.
man.
Easy.
Info pulled alongside him to congratulate him. Noco did the same. Noco, good friends with Chris.
Well, Jade, I would have finished in 16th, but I tried shifting down into neutral and the car looped on me.
Fourth is good.
You don't go to neutral.
No, I had to because I was out of fuel.
Oh, that's cute. Tony didn't run tonight, did he?
No, he did not.
No.
He was online,
He
I don't know
wonders-
why. He didn't run Canadian Tire. He ran Atlanta.
He didn't run.
Keep
Well.
that.
2 Fatal cars finished in the top 10. That's not bad. It's a good night for Fatal.
2 race reporters finished in the top 5.
Awesome
go.
job by all 3 of the M-Race reporters, Jade Burr, Charlie Irwin, Nate Schultz. It was an honor having you in here with me and letting me know what was going on out there on the racetrack.
Yeah, it was fun.
Keith
And, of course,
Ayers.
there's Keith. Keith
A
Ayers.
1:17.7.
Keith with the
mad.
quickest lap time. Wow, yeah, that's a shame that he had those incidents then. Gonna make our way down to Victory Lane and find Chris Pendle. Ask him what he thinks about all this craziness. He wins the Canada 250. Well, race fans, we've made it to Victory Lane, and here we see a first-time winner standing in Victory Lane. Second time tonight we've seen a first-time winner here in the NOSSCAR Motormaster Series. The Canada 250 belongs to Chris Pendle in just his second career NOSSCAR Motormaster Series start. First of all, congratulations. Second of all, how did you make those tires last as long as you did, and the fuel?
Well, I knew I wasn't going to be a racing in a car. I was about a top 3 to top 5 car. And then I seen Noco pit and 21 pit, and I'm like, well, I'm going to try some off-sequence stuff, man, see if I can last. I just kept it for the next 7 laps.
Clear of the pit, hammer down.
All the way around the track, and just coasted. And then actually, tire management, it was pretty good. And then the last lap, as soon as I crossed the line, on that last lap, I had like 8% on my left front, so I was bathing. And then literally when I come out of the last turn, right before the checkered flag over the tire, so I kind of had to the wall to prevent me from spinning out, and I just kind of coasted it from there. So
describe the competition. Sorry about that. Oh, that was my fault. I interrupted. It sounded like you were done. I was just going to say it was a very congested track out there, very full, 25 drivers, and it was the first time we've ever come to Canadian Tire Motorsport Park in these Motormaster cars. Describe how the cars felt on this racetrack, and describe the competition out there. How was it?
The competition's pretty good. It's the cars are really tough. It's different than the trucks, man. Like, it's just so much more power, and the cars are a lot more loose and a lot less stable. And I did a lot of adjustments on the race, even on the slider forward to try to get it a little tighter to get around the corners. But it was a good night. The guys were, this being my second race in the league, the guys were a pretty good league, pretty entertaining. Weird not having no cautions, that's kind of weird, but all in all, the competition, I enjoyed it. Pretty good guys, and I had fun.
When you see other drivers changing their strategy and trying different strategies throughout the race, does that kind of force you to have to adjust what you're doing sometimes, or are you the type of driver to stick to the game plan?
Usually I try to stick to my game plan, but with me not having the car to go up there and beat Noco and 21, I figured I'd try some different stuff. And just I figured either what was going to happen was I was going to make it or I was going to run out. So, like I said, man, for the last few laps, I just kept getting my full gear all the way around the track just to save some fuel, and I was able to work it out, and I made it. So.
Do your goals as a NOSSCAR driver change now that you have this win and you're locked into the playoffs, as long as you participate in the minimum amount of races required in the regular season?
No, I'm just going to go out there and race as best I can and finish the best I can and do what I can to get as many points as I can and get a good shot at the playoffs and the championship.
Excellent stuff. Go celebrate with your team. Good job. Chris Pendle wins the Canada 250.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
What a drive. Second career start of the NOSSCAR Motormaster Series. As he mentioned, he definitely had a top 5 car. He was consistent, he was there, and then he had the right strategy towards the end. Gonna speak to OG Info, picking up a runner-up finish here in the Canada 250. The NOSSCAR post-race show has been underway for a few minutes now, and we're gonna keep the ball rolling here. Up next, OG Info, driver of the number 21.
And I do apologize, but I do have to head out of here for the night. Have a great night. I will see you tomorrow.
Sounds great, Nate. Thanks for joining us, as always.
Pleasure talking.
Oh, Getting word that Info has already made his way to his motorhome. He's declined an interview. Gonna get a quick interview then with Charlie Irwin. You were one of our in-race reporters out there today. You finished in the top 10, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't checked the official scoring yet. Tell us how your race went from your perspective.
It went pretty good. The only real problem that I had was the final corner. It's just very loose if you get on the gas too hard. You saw it with Info, you saw it with BJ Thomas a couple of times, and I'm sure there's a lot more people, and one of those people was me. Of course, came off there, overcorrected it in the second stage, and my engine got hurt pretty bad, so just had to wheel it around there and then drop back to 17th. Got it back, obviously, up into the top 5. Finished there, which I'm pretty happy with, given my season so far. But all in all, it was a really above-average night, and I like racing. So.
You mentioned how loose these cars can get at this racetrack. Yeah, touch on that a bit more. Tell us the differences between the trucks to the Motormaster cars at this racetrack.
I don't really know how to explain it other than the trucks feel heavier. They are heavier in real life and they feel heavier in the game. It's just such a realistic thing, and I love it. Just so you can't just set up your car the same exact way every single track in all 3 series. It gives a nice touch to the game, and I really like it. So.
Was it very obvious about the tire fall off? Like, for example, if you saw drivers pushing it and really gaining ground on you or getting away, would you run them down later in the run?
Instead of the car getting tighter later in the run, it kind of gets looser. And especially at Atlanta, which we had a race at tonight, it's kind of hard to run people down just because the tires are so hot at that track, and they get so worn out. And also a track like Canadian Tire, the left sides, for me at least, were worn more just because you use them a lot, and run a couple people down later in the run. But all in all, the car just gets a teensy bit looser, so it's kind of harder.
I see. So you definitely do need to pedal a little more and manage things as the run goes along.
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome. Thank you for your input, and thanks very much for joining us as an in-race reporter. Hopefully we can get you back in here soon for that.
Yeah, no problem. I love it, man.
Excellent. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Charlie Irwin, driver of the 08 Chevy Camaro, picking up a top 5 here today in the Canada 250 at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. And that will conclude the broadcast for the Canada 250. It was the 5th ever NOSSCAR race sanctioned at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park, the first one we've ever done on NASCAR Heat 4, and the first one we've ever done here for the NOSSCAR Motormaster Series. In case you were wondering, if you don't have a copy of NASCAR Heat 4 yet, this game allows the Cup Series, the Xfinity Series, to enter any track on the truck schedule and vice versa. You can switch and mix and match the tracks for all 3 series, except for Eldora. From all of us here at NOSSCAR, we're saying so long, and until tomorrow night's NOSSCAR Brighton Truck Series action, stay fast, folks.